Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So yesterday we had a look at the Statcounter desktop browser market share worldwide for the month of September. So if you are interested, just to have a quick look at the desktop Windows version market share, comparing between August and September of this year. Now, there are a couple of surprises here at the back of the queue. And in the front of the queue, so to speak, not much is changing. Now, starting at the back as always, when I posted the previous video, Windows XP was actually used more than Windows 8. And although Windows XP has increased once again in its market share from 0.32% to 0.34%, it's once again moved into 6th place. And Windows 8 has overtaken Windows XP again to be the 5th most used Windows version. And it's also increased from 0.3% to 0.35%. So interestingly enough, both Windows XP and Windows 8 are increasing in their market share. Then moving on to Windows 8.1. For August was 0.64%, as we can see 0.61% for September, so that's dropped slightly. Windows 7 keeps dropping. 3.51% the previous month, 3.34% for September. And that's obviously because now Windows 7 is unsupported. And all of these OSs, Windows 7 through to Windows XP, as many of you would know, are all unsupported. Now, moving on to Windows 11. Windows 11 and Windows 10 are seeming to be stuck in the 23% and the 71%. Not much happening here when it comes to growth or decrease in market share. And for August, Windows 11 was 23.17%, and as you can see, has increased ever so slightly to 23.61%, but nonetheless is kind of stuck on 23% and not really going anywhere. And the same applies to Windows 10. Has decreased from 71.94% to 71.64%, but still holds the dominant share of the market. And I always say this basically from month to month, I personally don't see Microsoft ending support for Windows 10 in October of 2025. I think that's too much market share unless something really out of the ordinary happens between now and October of 2025. I don't see that Microsoft is going to end support for Windows 10 with that amount of market share. Now, moving on to the chart, which gives us a bit of a wider angle and perspective. Here we can see Windows 10 at the top really not fluctuating too much in its market share. And the same applies with Windows 11, not too much gain on. That's that powder blue line. And here with Windows 7, we can see from the beginning of this year dropped basically nosedive because obviously its official support ended. And we can see as basically stagnated all the way into September. And the same applies with 8.1, 8 and XP. Not much really happening here at the bottom. So that's the Statcounter Global Stats survey results for the month of September for the desktop Windows version market share. And as I always say with these survey results from time to time, although they do give us a good idea as to the different percentages when it comes to market share, they will never be 100% accurate. So always keep that in mind. And I'll leave the video I posted on the desktop browser market share by Statcounter I posted yesterday. I'll leave that in the description if you would be interested. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.